Thank you so much for taking the time. You and I are polar opposites. I can't express like how into the show I got.
Yeah?
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
it like I felt this weird kind of like hunching over while I was watching it in a good way. But I was like, why am I
Why am I locked in right now?
Yeah, I was like,
Really focused on this, yeah.
and I was like, why is my voice cracking? I was I was reliving high school through that. And so my first question for you is like, do you constantly still have that high school energy with you, or are you drawing like from memories, or is it?
I mean, recording for this show, I feel like I'm drawing a little bit of those like experience because it makes me feel like, yeah, man, this is kind of what it was like having these feelings for the first time and spending time with these people and trying to, understand them and get along with them,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely reminds me a lot of being a teenager and having to recall that.
Yeah.
I wish I still had the same like courage that every teenager has, when everything is just so like high stakes, Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. It's refreshing and
Yes.
surprising and incredible work, especially.
Thank you.
Especially I remember with Tani
Thank you.
meeting the ex. I forgot his name, but like when
Yeah.
I felt that so hard. I felt that deep.
No,
like,
man. That was a really fun episode to record just because I've read the manga and I knew that moment was coming up and I really wanted to make sure like I put myself back there because I felt that exactly like when I was younger and it just like I remember recording it. I felt like there's a moment where Suzuki's talking to him and he says like fine, and like I felt it like catch in my throat a little bit as I did it. And yeah, man, what I love about recording for Tani is that he doesn't show much on the surface a lot of the time, but there's always something going on in his head. And those monologues, you get to see like just the maelstrom of emotions that he's feeling. And one of his biggest struggles is that he doesn't always know how to convey that to other people. But like Suzuki help bring out that side of him that can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That actually leads perfectly to my question. Like, because he's quiet, he's logical.
Yeah.
The logic part specifically is like something. It's a nice way to say overthinker. like, how do you kind of like? I get the introverted feel, but he never feels like he's checked out.
Yes.
How do you bounce that?
I mean, our director, Emily, she's been such a phenomenal help with helping me get to that point with Tani. I've never played a character like him, and I usually tend to play characters like Suzuki, who are very boisterous, high energy, very dynamic with their range, and Emily was fantastic with helping me get to where Tani sits, which is very measured, very direct, right? But it's so important for me to make sure that he never comes off as emotionless. He never comes off as, like he doesn't care about things because he has a huge heart. It's just, he chooses his own way to express how he feels, and he doesn't feel the need to show that in any certain way for anybody.
It's like seeing an old picture of yourself you don't like. And,
Yeah.
Oh man, that's all I felt. That was like watching. It was incredible. But speaking of Suzuki, Celeste, how much fun is it to voice a character who's like fashion, nails, and hair, basically like a Valentine's Day card?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love seeing like the iterations of her hair, however she like styles it up. It's very fun. Yeah, she's just fun to play in general because not only is she like fashionable and she looks really cool, but she's also just that's her personality, like she's explosive and joyful and vivacious, and it's a lot of fun to play.
Vivacious, that's a good one.
I like that one. And kind of to build off that, vivacious, but way better than sunshine. That's a way better word. But how do you make sure, like, we hear both her bright side and her dark side? Because especially, I always say it too with the animation, but like it feels like you bring that power with your voice to it.
Oh, thank you.
And how do you make sure to hit both sides of that spectrum?
Yeah, so it's all about the balance, right? Because otherwise it would just be a little too much. But I think that they do a really great job of creating a character that is has times where she's using like the very like top of my register, and then also where she's just really tender and using just a more soft-spoken voice to convey how she's really feeling on the inside,
Pairing with the animation too, it hits. the way it hits me is just I wasn't expecting it. I really
There are so
thank
many
you.
times where she'll have recorded first, and I come in like after her to do my bits, and like she'll just have me and the director just busting out laughing with some of her reads, man.
That's gotta be a lot of fun.
It's so much fun.
Just a couple more questions. We'll go a little bit like on the Valentine's Day theme. If you had to plan a date for them, a Valentine's Day date, what date would you put them on?
For the two of them.
Yeah.
Or for them to go on.
Yeah.
I feel like they'd really like to go to a theme park.
A theme park would
Yeah.
be really fun.
Yeah.
A polar bear theme park.
Yeah.
Like an ice theme park.
Yeah.
Like a
Snowman's Land.
yeah, snowman's land, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where they
I
can
want
meet
to
the
see more
can-
Yeti.
So where they can meet the Yeti.
I really
Yeah.
want to see more Yeti.
I really hope we get that.
Yeti land.
And my last question. What line from the show do you think would make a great Valentine's Day card?
What does Tani say to Suzuki in that one episode? It's like, I don't care how the food's presented as long as I like the food. Yeah, I don't care how it's presented as long as I like the food. Yeah.
There are so many good ones. I mean, you could literally just
You're
in all,
adorable. Yeah.
adorable, but in all caps, like I love you, just screaming it, or, oh gosh, holler if you need a
Bold
cup
italics.
of sugar, neighbor. That's a good one. If like it's a crush that you haven't really interacted with a whole lot, that's a
Also,
really
if
good
you're giving
pickup
it as a
line.
Valentine, you're also probably literally giving them sugar, which is like chocolate.
Yeah, holler
It
if you
worked
need a cup
perfect.
of sugar, neighbor. Oh my gosh, yes.
Anyway, here's this chocolate.
That's the perfect Valentine, actually, yes.
I love it. Thank you so much. I can't wait for myself and everyone to check the series out even more. Again, the way you captured that, like the angst, the highs and the lows of it all, and like
Thanks.
the newness of it. It's really, it hits so hard. It's
Very, very
I'm glad
happy
you
to
were
hear that.
doing
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.